Well, on to other news this Saturday. I Do is one of the documentaries submitted for screening at this year's 14th Annual Bahamas International Film Festival. Jiminita Swain chatted with the film's director-producer, who traveled all the way from Minnesota to share the documentary that screened today.
I Do, a film produced by Joe Brandmeier, is just one of many films screened during the Bahamas International Film Festival. It takes a candid look at marriage and why people take the plunge. Joe, who was just happy to be in the warm weather after traveling from Minnesota, explains why he produced the film.
You know, I've been married for about 28 years, and just the pure curiosity of marriage and the concept of marriage, and I just think it's such a silly concept. But what I did was I just kind of interviewed maybe 17, 18 couples, singles, all kinds of walks of life and from backgrounds and stuff, and just tried to figure out how we stay together, why we get married, is monogamy realistic, all that kind of stuff. And I've talked to people who were married 74 years, and then we did surprise hidden cameras on people who were proposing.
Couples share the many sides of marriage in the documentary.
When we got married and we said "I do" to your theme, we didn't know what was going to happen. That wasn't my plan, was to become addicted to drugs and alcohol.
Brandmeier says there was no way he was going to miss having his film screened at B.I.F.F.
When I was researching film festivals, the Bahamas Film Festival just kept coming up all the time. So this was amongst the list that I really wanted to get in because it kept coming up in all the searches that I did. And then the people who I knew who knew about it was like, oh, you got to try this. So I just submitted and got a great note from Leslie, and here I am.
His film screened Saturday.
I'm thrilled to be part of this whole festival because it's got a great history. And I love watching it with a crowd because you kind of get a feel and a vibe for what's working and what they relate to. And a lot of couples after the screenings come up to me and say they can relate to certain people and their marriages and their partners, and some are working well and some aren't doing so well. So I just love the energy of the people around it.
Now, B.I.F.F. ends on December 17th, so you still have time to watch many of the great submissions in one of the theaters at the Bahama Convention Center. Jiminita Swain, ZNS Network News.